Hello and welcome to part one of How to Heal. This is an educational program that I have put together. I've posted it on my website, wholehealthcenter.com. You're finding this on Rumble or YouTube or one of the other platforms. That's where you can find the full post, the full written post, and links to further readings and deeper knowledge. So today I'm going to start off with what is very, very important in the holistic healing process, and that is the physical foundation. In my work, I say that the physical foundation is less than 10% of what we are approaching in the holistic construct. Yet it is a very necessary part, and it's how we begin. So today I'm going to read from the post. I'm going to read through it and then do a little commentary on. So I start by saying, are you ready for change and are you willing to heal? This material is focused on practices and principles that bring healing to the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects of life. This is for educational purposes only. It is in no way intended to diagnose, cure, or to prescribe. I have to say that due to our Canadian government here, who does not allow natural health practitioners to give any medical advice. Part one, effective detoxification, nutrient saturation, emotional transmutation, and regaining vibrant health naturally. Heal yourself and access internal awareness with physical and emotional principles. That will, as this healing, self-healing process evolves over the next few, I'm going to do them in parts. So over the next few parts, this what I just said, the awareness with physical and emotional principles, will become more and more obvious. So let's start with detoxification. And this is a quote from myself. If we expect to be healthy in this day and age, we must regularly detoxify. I'm sure if you're in the holistic health realm, you know about the chemicals and issues we have now with our air, food, and water, and basically all products that are being sold. I sometimes say that when I go into a regular grocery store, I can eat maybe, less than 5%, let's put it that way. And then when I go into a health food store, it's less than 10%. We have to be very, very aware of everything we're putting in our bodies and putting on our bodies. So I'm sure everybody that's watching this is well aware of that. Read the labels. In my observation and experience, it is clear to me we are well on the way to the destruction of the natural, biological, and spiritual magnificence of life on Earth. Now that may seem a little bit critical, but it's true. It is imperative we do everything in our power to turn that around. By remaining as natural as possible and to thwart the onset of chemicals, electromagnetic radiation, heavy metals, nanotechnology, neurological interference through frequency, genetic altering through injectables, poison food, water, and air. Let's begin with the pathways of elimination. I'm just going to go through the pathways of elimination so that you understand where these toxins have to go to leave the body. By supporting the cleanliness of these 5, we open the doorways of efficient detoxification. Number 1, urinary. Number 2, gastrointestinal. Number 3, liver. Number 4, skin. Number 5, lungs. Each of us are unique in many ways. Constitution, exposure to toxins, digestion, our mental emotional capacity to let go, diet, air quality, etc. One of the most important formulas of detoxification, healing, was given to me by an Ojibwe elder. I call it Ojibwe detox. It was instrumental in my dad's recovery from 4th-stage multiple myeloma, cancer in the red plasma cells of the bone marrow, a difficult cancer to heal. And I say, read the following post link for details. Excuse me. So in that post link that you'll find in the part 1, it gives the recipe, the preparation, it gives everything. Even if you're in Canada, where to find the different components that go into the preparation, and personal stories about it. So it's called Detox, Preparation, Cleansing, and Fasting is the post, but I have it linked in part 1 of this series. Consider each of the following in your process of detoxification. Hydration. Of course, water quality is of utmost importance, and of course, quantity. We must be aware of the importance of water. Dr. Masaru and Kazuko Emoto's work on water. Masaru Emoto is the wife of Dr. Emoto, who has passed on now. Dr. Emoto has passed on. So his work on water and consciousness is inspirational, displaying cause and effect experience through the element of water. Sound, in brackets vibration, affects water directly. The energies of words, internal, verbal, or energetically internal. So words, the word patterns reflect some thought. So we will become more conscious of what's going on within us in terms of consciousness, in terms of thought, emotion, and words throughout this, the How to Heal educational series. It's very important to maintain an inner awareness, even as we're going through our daily life. We don't have to take, we don't have to wait to take time to focus on that awareness. Of course, that's great, but we can take it to that next level where we are continuously aware of what is going on in our internal world of thought, emotion, and words. Water embodies the energies it is exposed to. Pure intent, or in brackets love, is expressed in water. So is hate. As we are made up of mostly water, it is an inspiration to remove anything less than love from our consciousness, which allows natural coherence, in brackets, everything working together in harmony. Water holds a frequency of thought, word, and emotion internally and externally. Make water, optimal hydration in brackets, a foundation of a healthy detox. Drink sufficient amounts according to your weight of the best quality spring water you can find. In the book, The Body's Many Cries for Water by Dr. Bette Mangalij suggests minimal hydration is 1/2 your body weight in ounces per day. So if you're 150 pounds, a minimal hydration is 75 ounces of water. Yet we have to take into consideration everything that we're consuming that is going to cause dehydration. So any kind of coffees and teas and caffeine in general, many things causes dehydration. The amount of exercise we're doing, are we sweating? Are we going into infrared and, and allowing toxins that way? That requires much more hydration. And as we detox, as we're, consciously detoxifying on a physical level, we then have to be very aware of the amount of water that we're consuming. I have a liter of lemon water with me almost always, and I travel with it. Even if I'm going to town to the grocery store or whatever, I'll take water with me. It's extremely important. I just came back from a vacation in the desert, and it was so clear to me there how weather is instrumental in our hydration. Every time I go to the desert, it sometimes surprises me in the first couple of days of how much fluid I need to maintain in order to keep my hydration at a regular and healthy amount. So there's many things to consider with hydration. Okay, number 2 is digestion and elimination. Help heal insulin resistance, inflammation, and more with enzyme therapy. We cannot speak on digestion without first emphasizing digestive enzymes and probiotics. These 2 essential supplements are imperative to healthy digestion and elimination. So I'll jump in here to say that when you start, if you haven't been on enzymes, I've been on enzymes for approximately 24 years and regularly. And it's been my observation with myself and with multiple clients that it takes time for enzyme therapy to be effective. So don't give it like a month and expect it to be, everything to be working normally or efficiently. It's really over time that these things are regained, specifically our digestion and elimination. So another thing I'll just mention here is many thought processes are these things have to be immediate. And I feel that is directly related to the pharmaceutical industry and how pharmaceutical drugs are designed to suppress symptoms as quickly as possible. And we have equated that with health or cure or, going in the right direction. And in fact, it's a suppression of symptoms. So things that happen quickly do not have long-standing and long-term health effects. So, so apply that to all supplementation. Everything that I'm going to say here today, apply that to all of these things. It takes time, consistency, and over time, in retrospect, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So A, digestive enzymes containing amylase for carbohydrate sugars. That helps to regenerate the pancreas. Lipase for the digestion of fats. Protease for the digestion of proteins. For best results, take before meals. Extra protease is important for breaking down old congestion, and in brackets lymphatic, specifically in the lymphatic system. That's where the undigested proteins go. So I'll say that again. Extra protease is important for breaking down old congestion from undigested proteins. Extremely important. This may also be taken at bedtime if lymphatic congestion is present. Serrapeptase, excellent results taken at bedtime and morning away from food. There are studies that indicate the absorption of serrapeptase is more efficient taken with small amounts of zinc. Nattokinase breaks down fibrous growth and tumors over time. Consistency is key. Probiotics taken at bedtime more regularly if candida or other fungal infections are present. Okay, now on to the liver. Number 3 is liver function. So I've broken these down. I'm just going through those 5 that I mentioned in the beginning. So the liver is number 3. Liver function is fundamental to a healthy life. The liver regenerates at a tremendous rate when given supportive conditions. A few of its near 500 functions are: staves off infection, toxins, metals, plastics, nanoparticulates, etc. by trapping it like a net. Everything we eat, drink, breathe, or are exposed to via the skin is filtered through the liver. Hence the importance of keeping the liver consistently clean. Accumulations to consider: parasite, fungi, bacterial and viral infections, radiation, chemicals, metals, and nanoparticulates and microplastics. These 5 decrease vitality. Detoxification must be made a priority if we are to be free from influences that make the immune system vulnerable. Physical principles are foundational to holistic health, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It is known that certain individuals have less than the best interest for the health of humanity, that in fact have created ways to reduce health, hidden ways to heal, and even to induce death. This may give us impetus to change. As I said, every person is unique in the ways we are vulnerable to all of the above, according to accumulations, current health, and constitutions. We are on this path of freedom as self-responsible individuals. Yet within the healing crisis, it is helpful to have a learned family member, friend, or a trusted health practitioner, natural health practitioner, to encourage continuation. Begin with a good quality natural parasite cleanse that includes wormwood and black walnut husk and bark. Do the cleanse intermittently 3 times to rid the body of hatchlings. Again, these are all educational suggestions. There is a connection to physical parasites and entities. I call it the gut-spirit connection. As we move the parasitical energies out of the physical level, we become increasingly aware of the auric field repairing itself. Here we begin to see where the patterns exist in consciousness that opened ourselves to the entrance of undesired entities and thought forms. From this awareness, transmutation is actively applied, which in turn closes the openings in our individual auric field, the energy field that seals in our holistic frequency. This helps free up the morphogenetic field by removing discordant energies. Commanding, lovingly and respectfully, that the parasitic energies leave now in the light of love and not to return is effective in the removal of entity involvement. Seal the holes in the auric field with awareness and expansion of love. Holding this energy of love keeps the auric field strong. This is directly related to thought, emotion, and words, internally and externally, as I previously stated. Remove all sugars, caffeine, wheat, corn, soy, rice, potatoes, sweet fruits like apples and bananas, and alcohol to stop feeding candida and other fungi and parasites. This also prepares you for intermittent fasting. I feel intermittent fasting is extremely important to the detoxification process, and also just to maintain once we have a lot of people that look at my work are facing health issues. So once we have regained our health, then it's time to maintain it. So intermittent fasting as a practice, as a daily practice, as a lifestyle, is an excellent way to regain and maintain good health. Begin from 6 p.m. to noon, making for a 6-hour eating window, closing this gradually to 1 hour. Take great care to consume necessary nutrients if doing OMAD, 1 meal a day. I manage this for the spring and summer, but when the cold comes in the mountains of Canada, in the fall I extend the window to 4 hours, 20 fasting, 4 hours eating. Approximately 12 noon till 4. Celery juice, supplements, and lemon water may be taken outside of your window of eating. It assists to clear the organs of elimination and provides much needed sodium and potassium and does not spike insulin. If you have health issues, weekly 1-day fast assists in great area autophagy. I have practiced many forms of fasting over 30 plus years. This allows a mental, physical clarity without the cravings and compulsion that is developed by eating high carb and high sugar diets. Beyond this type of intermittent fasting, I add a 1-day, 24-hour fast with lemon water and supplements, sometimes adding vitality, and I give the recipe on the site. I'm not going to go through that. This gives a great reset, the 24-hour fast, that is. So I just give the vitality as a turmeric drink that I regularly drink. It is great in the fall and winter. I find I don't drink it very often in the spring and summer, but it can be drank, as often as you like. It's an excellent replacement for any kind of caffeinated beverage. Let's see. Your adrenal glands will love it, lacking the addictive adrenal shock of daily caffeine. And drinking after dinner will assist the lowering of cortisol levels, making sleep easier. It is important while fasting to provide the body with necessary nutrients. This cannot be done by eating alone. Supplementation is required. Trace minerals are one of those necessities. Also, we need around 500 milligrams of potassium, 5,000 milligrams of potassium each day. Potassium is like my number one nutrient that I make sure that I consume enough potassium every day. It's extremely important. If you lean towards a healthy keto diet, foods such as bananas and potatoes are not consumed, so we have to rely heavily on leafy greens. For this reason, I supplement small amounts of potassium 3 times daily, in addition to eating lots of food containing K+ potassium. The next part is number 4 is the skin. So I put a section on detox bathing. You can find the recipe there and the title of this on my post is How to Heal Part 1. If you're looking for it on my site, it'll be nearing the, for the next month or so, it'll be the top few posts will be, this is what I'm going to work on for the next few weeks. So, it'll be, I don't know how many, I'm up to 2 now, so I don't know when it's going to complete itself. There'll be at least 5 parts to this process. This educational process is entirely free, and, I make my living by seeing clients and giving intensives. So pardon me, I'm constantly putting out posts and doing, free education on my site. You can find lots on there. I've just finished the 43-day holistic fast, which was an excellent process this year. It was for the 4th year that I had done that, beginning on January 1st. And this year I added video. So I think I got up to like 38 videos out of the 43 days. Yeah, so the detox bathing, it's an Ayurvedic. If you haven't looked at my my bio on my site, I have a degree in Ayurveda, so I often bring in Ayurvedic process into my work. And so the soak, the detox bathing is an Ayurvedic formula. And again, remain hydrated, while doing detox baths particularly. And soak for an hour or more to receive the benefits of a detoxification bath. Number 5, what we breathe and how we breathe. So what I did here was I put in a post that, what I do is I embed posts underneath different topics so that you can, just click on that. You don't have to look for it anywhere. You just click on that, and then you can see how to, see whatever I'm talking about, see the deeper levels. This one particularly is on the 3-part breath, and I tell you how to do that. I'll go through it just quickly. Lay flat or sit with spine straight without crossing arms or legs. Breathe through the nostrils, filling the bottom of the lungs first, then sternum to clavicle. Observe the body of the belly expand. Breathe up until the clavicle raises. Then exhale first from the clavicle to the sternum to the bottom of the belly. Pull in the belly muscles at the end of the exhalation and move immediately into the inhalation without cessation. That's very important. This is simple, yet a great percentage of the population breathes backwards. You'll notice that. If you haven't done breathing exercises before, you will notice that you probably are breathing backwards. So with this practice, it can be reversed and eventually become natural again. We are all born breathing this way. I like to breathe. I'd like to do my breathing exercises. I live in the mountains and I have thousands of trees around me, so I like to do it outdoors. So find the best place where there's trees, and preferably outdoors. But if it's not possible, then of course an indoor area with get your windows open, fresh air. I am so focused on fresh air, and we have to keep our homes, keep the air circulation fresh, keep things as fresh as possible, keep all of the fragrances, any unnatural fragrances, doesn't matter what it's in, keep it away from your body and keep it out of your home. It's so, so important to keep fragrances, yeah, only natural. Okay, now the third, so the next principle I'm going to talk about is stillness. And I talk about that as well. So just look at that. It's, stillness is extremely important to accessing the emotional body, and we're going to get into that. Electromagnetic pollution. I'm just going to skip through here because I don't want this video to be too long. The lymphatic and circulatory systems have a huge role in the effectiveness of detoxification. As stated above, long-term supplementation of protease reduces lymphatic congestion by clearing undigested proteins. Unnatural substances brought into the body through the lungs, skin, or through injectables accumulate and may even replicate. Self-medication, that's such a huge topic, but I wanted to just mention it here in the first part. Self-medicating with drugs and alcohol, that includes all, I'm talking about drugs that are substances that, like THC, all the street drugs. I can't say, pardon me, I can't say illegal drugs anymore, because in British Columbia, we are supplying the public, including young youth, with all kinds of very hardcore drugs, including fentanyl. Excuse me. Self-medicating with drugs and alcohol keeps you from accessing your higher potential. And then I asked the question, why do you think governments want you to keep doing it? Another link is there if you want to look more deeply into self-medicating. Exposure to electromagnetic pollution such as smart meters, 5G towers, cell phone radiation, earbuds, headsets, baby monitors cause disruptions in the natural electromagnetic pulse, which affects bodily, emotional, and mental functions. Very important, especially brain and heart function. This may reduce circulatory, lymphatic, and electrical efficiency. Symptoms such as reduced blood oxygen levels, showing up as short-term memory loss, muscle weakness, sounds heard in the head as a resulting of fluctuating circulation, and or inflammation of the vagus nerve, pain, heart palpitations, irregular heartbeat, cold hands and feet, loss of taste and smell, and a host of other debilitating conditions may be caused by metals, chemical toxicity, frequency, and or radiation. There's another part here, the importance of pH, power of hydrogen. Just go to the website for that. The removal of seed oils, canola, soy, corn, often called vegetable oil on the label. Cottonseed, palm, safflower, and sunflower will greatly improve digestion and many other processes like circulation. Okay, so quickly I'm going to go through the 5 essential supplements for regeneration. Enzymes we talked about. Raw protein, which is the full spectrum of amino acids. It's one of the things that I find with my clients that is most lacking, is if we do not have the full spectrum of our amino acids from raw protein, we cannot produce hormones. If we cannot produce hormones, our endocrine system goes into fluctuation and impairment. It's really that simple. And that can be corrected over time by taking, raw protein. One of the best ways is bee pollen, raw bee pollen, and best crush. The bees really know how to keep it from deteriorating. So crush it and just take it right off the spoon. And it's a full spectrum amino acid. It's the best way I know to get that in that raw protein. You can also get hemp hearts. There's lots of beans and different sprouted beans that are really great to supplement for raw protein. So yeah, that's all on there. It's all on the page. Number 3, minerals and trace minerals, extremely important. There is many products. One's called concentrates. Concentrates that comes from the Utah seabed. Not the one, there's 2 of them on the market now, with the same name. And so not the one that comes from the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is far too contaminated, but there is the product called concentrates that comes from the Utah seabed that is a really good product. The best product is called coenzyme trace minerals from the company. It's a very small company out of Wisconsin called Enzymes International, and it's best to call them. It's a very small grassroots company. They don't have a very functional website. Just find the website, enzymesinternational.com, give them a call, make your order. It's a little bit pricier, but the trace mineral content is exceptional. I've been taking it for almost 25 years. Then we have 12 points on trace minerals, which I won't go through. That's there for, or no, it's 8 points on trace minerals. Essential fatty acids, extremely important. That's number 4. Hemp, coconut oil and milk, avocado, high quality cod liver oil, extremely important. Grass-fed butter and olive oil are the top ones, always organic. Brain and nerve function relies on EFAs. Most of us have high omega-6, like from chicken, and low omega-3 that is brought up with those oils that I mentioned, specifically cod liver oil or anchovies or sardines or some of the smaller fish. Probiotics is number 5. Depending on gut health, take accordingly. It's always good to begin with 100 billion active live culture. Okay, so that's just the basics on the nutritional aspects. We can go on and on and on about nutrition. I just wanted to bring those basics in there, the absolute must. If we're going to regenerate, if we are going to implement the regeneration process that really exists within consciousness, we have to start with what I just mentioned in the detoxification and the supplementation. Okay, entering the emotional body. First principle, feel what you feel with love, forgiveness, and gratitude. We're going to talk a lot about that in, later too, but I just gave a basic look at what we need to know as we enter the emotional body. Okay, I give the simple 7-level system of the emotional body, the 49 levels. I give that very clearly on the post. It's a great map. It's a great road map. Okay. Excuse me. I got a tickle. No matter what emotion surfaces, intensifying emotion increases willingness to feel. That's important. Willingness is really key to unlocking the suppressed emotion, and we're talking more about emotion on this one, but when we get into part 2, I talk a lot about adding the word patterns and the thought patterns to the transmutation process. Here's one of the important aspects that I thought was really essential to put on part 1, and that is projection and non-projection of emotion. Projection increases in potency in relation to the emotional level it is coming from, resonating, on the scale of 7 times 7. True knowing of this comes with experience. From the levels of unconsciousness and apathy, the projections will be weak, as will the effect. This is a universal fail-safe, for as we are evolving emotionally, we experience increased effect behind our words, thoughts, and emotions. In grief, the general memory begins to come through, and the individual senses and feels at a deeper level. Okay, that is... I'm not going to talk too much more about the emotions. This is a study. This is a study for self-responsibility, for self-healing, for self-knowledge. So it's there for you to peruse and just take in and let it, just let it ruminate as you, if these are new principles and processes, it takes some time. These are complex, very complex processes that I have attempted to bring into simplicity. As we release suppressed patterns, regeneration occurs. Tenacity and perseverance are necessary qualities on the path of emotional ascension. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I don't think I need to say anything more than that. That is the conclusion of part 1 in How to Heal. And again, you can see it on my website, wholehealthcenter.com. Thank you so much. And I will reach now because I have, I don't have a clicker from my phone. So I am going to reach now to say so long. Thank you.